So yeah, I think we can start right now. Sean, how you doing, man? It's been a while.
Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, I mean, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since all the drama from last year, but I'm just getting by. So,
Okay.
yeah, just trying to find that next opportunity, see if I can still stay in esports or not.
Yeah, I do remember because I'm not really want to talk about it, but the drama that you have been involved with last year, it's quite a big news. Somehow it's kind, wow, is this really happening? The organization that you were in last year, it's kind of big organization, but somehow they have a problem inside it.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened as well, to be honest. It's like my first year there. It felt like it was like, okay, this went from the perfect organization to work in. We went from going to major, everybody was winning, and then the second year, I had no idea what the hell happened, and that's it. Just end of story.
Okay, so it happens while you're in their organization or it's after you left it?
It happened when I was like already there. I mean, I'm not gonna go too
Okay.
much into the details. It's all
Mm-hmm.
over social media and stuff that happened last year. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just like I mean, I saw the signs, but I was hoping that this could be fixed over time. But it's just like hopium at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's come up with the idea of this conversation, which is the career in esport industry, especially in Southeast Asia, somehow is kind of vanish in my perspective because not everyone is survived. The one or maybe the two players that survive is not even in play in Southeast Asia region anymore as a Dota 2 player. So my first question to you is how on your perspective, the Dota 2 career in Southeast Asia right now, is it still okay to chase or it's something that it's nothing right now?
You want the truth? Like you want my honest perspective, or you want the sugar coated one?
This is the why reason I invited you because you will be giving a lot of perspective, the honest answer or maybe the sugarcoating. So let's say most of the people still wants to believe in the esport Dota to esport career in Southeast Asia. So let's start with the sugarcoating.
I mean, sugarcoating. I mean, yeah, you never know what's gonna happen, right? You can just have like
Okay.
that copium where you're like, okay, Valve is gonna, or rather like TI is and the new battle pass or whatever is gonna rejuvenate and resurrect Dota 2 like
Mm-hmm.
an actual Aegis in real life, thinking that
Mm-hmm.
next year is gonna be better.
Uh-huh.
But in reality, uh, I don't know. Reality tells a different story, at least for Dota in Southeast Asia.
Okay. Because most of the players, like I said before this record started, most of them is already switching their career. Is it means that working in esport in Southeast Asia is that hard, especially as a player, and another especially stuff is in the Dota 2 scenes. Is it that hard, even for you, Sean?
I mean, to answer the first part of the question, I think working in esports in general now is harder than it was in the
Mm-hmm.
past.
Harder.
You think back to like, when you and me, we were younger guys before we had all the adulting commitments. It's like anybody can just get into esports based on passion alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the bubble was still there, money, sponsorship money, it's all over. But now it's like if you want to get into an esport, it's so difficult. You've got to actually grind. You got to actually put in the hard work now. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's good. That's good. But
Okay.
overall, then to the next part of your question, for Dota, like I think Dota's in a horrible place. It seems to be getting worse every year. Like Dota players are not getting the high salaries they were in the past, even in
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, especially, I think salaries are getting lower. It's just economic correction that it's about time. I think there's only like maybe two teams that are getting like they're still getting the high salaries. But if you look at
Okay.
other teams, if there are any at all, there's probably like less than five in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Other three teams are like not getting paid that high amount that we are so used to seeing in the past.
But at least they still get paid, right?
Yeah, they still get paid.
Okay, so that's leads me to another question, which is So if you still playing or maybe still active as a player, and then you still have a contract to fulfill in one or maybe two organization, is it still okay to stay in the Dota 2 scene in Southeast Asia right now, or you have another opinion about that?
Mm, I think you give as a player. This is not a question I can answer or you can answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like it's a
Mm-hmm.
question what the player
Mm-hmm.
sees, because he's the one competing. Like as
Mm-hmm.
a player, you have to give yourself a timeline, right? Like, am I okay if I don't make it to like a major by end of this year, then maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's time to go do something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the player that already switch their career? For example, on the last person that I already noticed is Sefer Kenny, the one that we're know together, our friends. He already switching his career from Dota 2 to the Mobile Legend. He's becoming one of the biggest organization in Indonesia to be their coach for the Mobile Legends Bang Bang, right? And then that's come up with the question, are most of the player already realize that this is the time, or maybe they already in the time frame that, oh, okay, I cannot survive anymore in Dota, let's switch and then be more realistic to get money from the esport patient in our region in Southeast Asia, especially in Indonesia. I don't know what's happened in Singapore because, well, after that conflict or maybe that incident with your past organization, I don't even heard any more organization coming from your country. So let's make a case for my country in Indonesia with the Kenny Cypher. What do you think?
I mean, okay, so actually I did help out. Like I helped Zephyr out last year. Like they were playing an open qualifier. I was just helping the sort of like volunteer manager, just help them book the scrims and stuff. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. But obviously we didn't qualify to the close qualifiers. And
Mm-hmm.
at that point I think like Kenny decided, it's time to think for the future, which you can't blame him. And to be honest, if you look at like I've been saying this for a while now, it's only Singaporeans that don't seem to believe this shit. Like I was saying that, the Mobile Legends Indonesia, like MPL Indonesia, is going to be so much stronger because you have
Mm-hmm.
so many Dota 2 pros going over now. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not many, but like the ones that go over to become coaches, it's very good for them. I
Okay.
actually did catch up with Zephyr like a while back, a couple of weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
asking him how are things, and I won't go. It's not my details to share,
Mm-hmm.
but from what I understand, he's very impressed and he's very
Mm-hmm.
happy in the scene. And I know he's
Great.
comfortable at Alter Ego as well. Alter Ego has like good bosses and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah. So I'm very happy for him. I'm glad that he's happy. I wish Singapore had something similar.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. It's been. I think based on your story, I mean, I can take one conclusion that it's more harder to stay in the esport industry in your country.
I think Singapore can probably only produce maybe decent managers at best. I don't
Ah,
think we
okay.
are. Yeah, I mean like you just look at the football scene for example, right? Like
Okay.
Indonesia's football like culture is way better than Singapore football culture.
Okay.
Yeah, Singapore is like only good at the early game, mid to late game we are like Herald or some shit.
Okay. 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 So, back to you. I mean, like, the question will be back to you. Do you ever try to switch it to the career?
I have tried. I rather still trying. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have some things on my side hustle, but I'm not gonna go too much in detail about that. It's still
Mm-hmm.
not in concrete yet. But
Okay.
at least in experience for me, it's the curse of living in Singapore because the cost of living is so stupidly high. And if you want to hire like someone to do even like a team manager job, you can get someone
Mm-hmm.
for like less than half the cost of hiring a Singaporean. So
Ah,
yeah, so for people like me who want to try and work in the like even the management role in esports, we always have to like do more to try and prove our value. But even then, it's not
okay.
enough for like other Southeast Asian countries to hire people like us.
Okay. Well, it's literally hard if we combine our opinions, what is happening in Indonesia and also what is happening in Singapore right now, compared to, let's say, Philippines, Thailand. They still survive, the players still there. I mean, like, they're not even like, on the big media in the in their country, like saying Cuckoo switching to the mobile games, and then maybe Raven to the mobile game, something like that. They still doing like pops. Some of the players that I already contact, they also say that, well, yeah, I'm still doing pops right now, still trying to believe in maybe one more TIs or something like that. And I think that it's fine to them to believe that for their dreams, but well, sometimes you have to realize it's time to move on, maybe, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's happening in Dota is happening to some other esports. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
overall, I say Dota is just not sustainable for any organization. It's not like, say, Counter Strike, where they have sticker money. A team makes it to a major, even the last place team, there's still a decent amount of sticker money. But
Mm-hmm.
in Dota, there's like zero ways to make any money for the organization besides prize money and sponsorship money. So, and not to mention from an organization perspective, players
Mm-hmm.
they have like close to zero social media value. Like if you look at any of the Southeast Asian players besides the usual Filipinos, I know like White One's popular and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
23 Savage, but if you look at the others, like I know some like this Indo stack with like Mamang Daya and friends,
Mm-hmm.
who knows about them?
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's just that I'm saying that, you know, social media value for Dota players is like really very low.
Yep. And that's what's the problem that I already realized like a couple of years ago, because they good in Dota. They played well in Dota. They doing great in the tournament and the qualifiers. But if it's come out with the numbers of social media, they kind of, I don't know, don't care about it, or they just, yeah, it's just my personal stuff. I don't really want to grow it as an influencer. I just want to play and then chase my dream. Well, if you're in the early 20, it's still okay to say that, but if you are some kind of maybe Cypher, it's already almost 30, or maybe someone else like saying the Lucas that already in the mobile games industry for a while, they already pull out from Dota 2 and then move to the Mobile Legend because they think, well, in Indonesia, maybe if you're still trying to figure it out what is lack in the Dota 2 industry here, you gonna not survive in the esport industry as a overall. But if you switch it to the mobile games, any mobile games back then, maybe it's PUBG Mobile, or maybe Mobile Legend right now, or maybe HOK, the Honor of
Mm.
King, they can survive, and that's exactly what they are doing, and they are survive. Most of them. The latest example is Cypher. I think based on your story, he kind of happy. This the organization give him a good treat, I think, until now. But we don't know. Are they gonna keep doing it, or maybe they want to try it again in the industry that maybe abandoning him in Indonesia, because it's kind of dead. Actually, it's a dead, already dead in Indonesia if we talk about good ecosystem, because what is still alive is just a viewer that's watching the tournament. The tournament itself is not coming from the local scene, it's coming from the international scene, from the Southeast Asia qualifier, the international ESL, something like that. They still there. The WXC still survive with the viewers, and the rest is that. Is it the same in the Singapore?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much okay. I like honestly casual viewer base,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's like Valorant where you have like Paper X who's playing.
Oh.
I don't think any, okay, maybe like Team Flash, who is like the Singapore representative that
Mm-hmm.
made it to for the Make Sense and Mobile Legends. But other than these two
Mm-hmm.
teams, if there's any other watch party for any other team, you have like close to zero support. If you have like even 10 to 20 people, that's considered a lot of people, which goes to show how like bad the esports scene is here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's just no there's no like local pride, which you see like
Okay.
in Indo where like you have like Indo pride and
Yes.
yeah, so that I really appreciate.
Okay. Okay. So my last question, I think it's not really a question, but so you have any opinion or maybe your perspective about the most effective way to survive in esport industry right now, not just only in my country or maybe in your country, but overall in Southeast Asia? Is it abandoning your PC game career and then switching to the mobile game to survive, or keep believing? Hades, your time.
Me?
Hmm.
I don't think it matters so much about whether it's PC or mobile yet. But if it's like Dota, I would say ditch it, because honestly, like compared to when like think of any other title, Mobile Legends, HOK, R6, Valorant. You talk to pub, the orgs. You ask any of the organizations. They talk to the publishers directly.
Hmm.
There's a
Yep.
plan. There's like some way for them to survive. You know what's gonna happen. You can plan for it. In
Hmm.
Dota, you're just okay. Sama sama. Just anyhow find what the hell happens, and then you hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. People tend to forget that if the organization cannot survive, the players can't survive. So overall advice to players is, I mean, if you still want to pursue Dota, open-minded, humble, and stop thinking about high salary. Like the stupid mentality of like every Dota player who thinks that they deserve 5K off the bat when they've not made it to a
Hmm.
single major, or Southeast Asian players are like too content for just making it to groups and getting out last place. I think that mentality needs to like stop. Just like completely stop.
Yeah.
It's killed the Southeast Asian scene so badly. Like we can't even have a tier 2 to tier 3 scene now. That's how bad it is.
Yep. All right. So yeah, I think uh, if it's specific to Dota, just ditch it. But if it's on the other game title, still believe it. That's
Yeah.
the resume, right?
I mean, the last one is that please, if you have like social media obligations in an organization, please do it, man. Like if you're a player, do it. Like it doesn't matter whether you're annoyed, just do it. It's like taking your veggies because you know it's good for your health.
Ah, yeah, because someday maybe it's gonna be useful for you as an influencer for the gaming industry, not just only for the esport, but and in the general gaming industry is gonna be helping you to get some money, maybe for you to just rent your house or something like that. Because most of the players right now, it's yeah, they just wants to be the a good streamer, get donate by the viewers, but yeah, you know how long it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, I mean, regardless, you still wanna do the social media stuff so that you get like your own personal sponsorships and things, or like it helps the organization get you sponsorships. So
Mm-hmm.
don't be stupid and like be lazy. That's just
Mm-hmm.
that's just like career suicide
Yeah.
very, very slowly. So don't do that.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. Good point of view from you, Hades, Sean, my friends. Because we've been there. I mean, like as a person that doing our career in the early 20, 25, 23, in front of the camera, and then we switch it to the back of the office, trying to manage some stuff, doing this and that, and then we try to figure it out, is this still the way? And then we found out that maybe Dota is not the way anymore, and then yeah, here we
I mean,
are.
it really feels that way, right? Like
Yeah,
I mean, even back then when I was on like XCN, like I already knew that it was like, oh my god, the Mobile Legends crowd is so big compared to the Dota
exactly,
crowd, and
exactly.
yeah, and into the Indonesian like MPID still has like very good odds of be like keeping that top tier. They're evolving.
Yep.
They just have to overcome the Philippines hurdle now.
Yeah.
So I have faith in all the Dota coaches like Kenny, like Dolly
Yeah.
and Kesku,
Yeah.
please, and more Dota pros. All we need now is Rusman. We need Rusman to go over to MPL coaching.
Oh, really? So you believe in Rosman?
I mean, I like the memes because I'm friends with Jackie, right?
Yeah, I know. So yeah, there's more of them. Like Ramsey is still playing Dota as a streamer. In your dreams, who else? Dream of Cell, right? They
Wait,
still
didn't In
doing.
Your Dreams go to like HOK for a
Well,
while?
yeah, the rumors say that he's just doing it for the content purpose and then also for the social media purpose, so he get paid to be involved in the HOK team, something like that. But I don't know, just a rumor. Just a rumor.
Ah, okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Xion, thank you so much for your opinions. It will be uploaded as soon as possible. And then, well, I wish you nothing but good luck with your career. And then, yeah, we will talk again with a different angle of the topic, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Take care.
Okay. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Bye.